Hello everyone. It's a pleasure to see you all here. I can see Joanne, I can see Yasine, Abenezer, Nosipo, Christopher, Vindra. I think Vindra is the person, it's the most regular participant that we have ever had among more than 70,000 students. Vindra is a wonderful green belt student. If I am not wrong, Vindra is a certified green belt or about to get certified. And it's a pleasure to have you here. Vindra from Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, Ismael. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here, okay? It's a pleasure to be here. Please let me know on a scale from 0 to 10, how is my audio? Mainly my audio. Please. At this point, I was supposed to be 100% recovered from my cold, from my flu, you know? But the problem is, sometimes I think I am 18 years old. Sometimes I think that I am as young as Carlitos Nunes. You know? Sometimes I think that I am a teenager. So the problem is, I got to treatment. Yeah, my throat got much better. But then Marcelinho decides to play soccer. And right now in Brazil it's very cold. It's like I was playing on Sunday during the morning, early in the morning, like it was 6 degrees Celsius, 6. You know, and then I started coughing again. So we say in Ishikawa that we have 6 M's for root cause, but I believe there is another M that is Marcelinho. You know, I am the root cause. My bad behavior, you know? But thanks God, no inflammation, no fever at all, just a little bit of cough. But I'll get 100% soon. Yeah? Wonderful. Guys, this is a topic that I am very much willing to talk about for like openly. Normally I talk about Normally I talk about this with my green belt students on what we call career mentoring session, but it's the very first time that I will address this topic publicly, okay? Publicly, because many people understand that Lean Six Sigma is for corporate only. Yeah? Many people understand that Lean Six Sigma, you want to become a green belt, a black belt, to get a better job in the company where you work for or in another company, you know? And it's not wrong to think like that, because in fact, being a green belt, being a black belt, being a master black belt, your chances when you go for a job interview, when you try to change in the same company to another department, yes, when you go to try to find your first job, if you are a certified green belt, if you are a certified black belt, if you are a certified master black belt, your chances are at least twice in comparison to a person, twice as higher in comparison to a person that does not hold a certificate like that, okay? So, again, this is a fact. This is a fact. But what many people don't know is that the applicability of Lean Six Sigma goes way beyond multinationals. Way beyond multinationals. Way beyond, big companies, corporate, way beyond, way beyond. And what I'll be talking about today is I will give few very direct recommendations. So even if you are a white belt, you can start practicing and maybe acting as an independent consultant. Is that clear? So the focus of my conversation today is not about multinationals. It is not about, getting a better job. No, it's you becoming self-employed. You becoming an independent consultant. I think you guys will like what I'll say now. You not having a boss anymore. Who likes that? Imagine you without your boss anymore. You being able to make your own salary, to have your amazing income, being self-employed. Yeah, we call this independent consultant. Yeah, how to become an independent consultant. Yeah. And it's funny. It is very funny how this fact came up in my life. I was teaching in 2016 on an in-person black belt wave here in my city, in Itajubá, Minas Gerais, Brazil. And there were two students, Davi Caminha, and Bruno, Davi and Bruno. And I was teaching my black belt course in person. The sessions were on Friday and Saturday. And then I realized that Davi, he was, let's say, unemployed. He was not working for any company. And he was an amazing student, scoring very high on the tests. At that time I had instead of applying one single test of 4 hours, I used to apply 4 tests of 1 hour. And Davi scored 100% in the first test, 100% in the second test. And I was observing Davi. And then I started talking to Davi. Davi, just out of curiosity, what do you do for a living? And then he said, oh, well, I work as an independent consultant here in Minas Gerais, in Itajubá. Oh, interesting. Because at that time, 7 years ago, my mind was only focused on multinationals. And then, to make a long story short, Davi was making a good amount of money with a lot of purpose, because I saw that Davi had a different level of brightness. I don't know if this is too subjective. Davi had a different kind of brightness in his eyes. And I am not saying that you cannot be happy in corporate. I know people that are happy in corporate, very few people. No, joking. I know people that are very happy in corporate. They want to become vice presidents, CEOs, I know people like that. I have to tell you that for many periods of time, I was very happy in corporate, But the thing is, in my opinion, the application of Lean Six Sigma for SMEs, small and medium enterprises, I'm talking about the bakery here in front of my building. I'm talking about small restaurants. I'm talking about gas station. I'm talking about pharmacies, This is a golden mine, and that's what Davi was doing. Davi was working with smaller businesses. Who is following me? Type yes if you are following me. And then let me tell some advantages. Type here in our chat window if you are following me. There are some advantages in operating like that. The first advantage is you don't have all the eggs in a simple basket. in a single basket. So it's about risk management. It's about risk management. I do not recommend anyone to have only one source of income. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 20th, 2023, please look in my eyes as I'm talking to my brother, to my sisters, with max love possible. I'm talking from the very bottom of my heart. If you have only one source of income, I strongly recommend you start finding your second and third today. Today, even if it is to play the guitar, even if it is during the weekends, you will prepare food and sell sell sweets, you know. Even if you have a second and a third source of income, that represents 1% of your total revenue. But find a second, a third, if possible, a fourth source of income. Please do not have only one source of income. It's about risk management. It's about risk management. Because in case you lose your main source of income, you have immediate options to boost and do not have problems in paying your bills and promoting the right level of comfort to your family, or simply living, you know. I don't know if Carlos Nunes is still here. For everybody that works for me, for any partner that works for me, I am all the time, okay, you have me as your customer, but please look for other customers. I don't want you to depend only on me. I told this to Alexandre, that is my assistant professor. He was in love with MF Treinamentos, and we have a very good connection, as I have with Carlinhos, and with Serafim, with Taina, with other people with Breno, with so many people that works or worked for me. All the time I'm saying, please have other source of income, because when you have your eggs splitted into different baskets, you are crazily reducing your risk. Crazily reducing your risk. There is a risk on my side, because when you say to your partners, please try to find other customers, eventually your partner will find so many more customers that you can be deprioritized. Sometimes it happens, but it's okay. It's okay. It's part of life. It's part of life. And then you have a legacy in the life or in the lives of these people, because they are on a much better condition. Yeah. Not only Carlitos, but also Alexandre. We can have like two examples of, I don't know if this is too personal, Carlos, correct me if I am wrong, but if we take Carlos, for example, from 2 years, Carlos did white, yellow, green, black with me, and then he applies these concepts on smaller businesses, and more specifically with market intelligence, and more specifically what they call on how to advertise online. You know, there's a lot of math, a lot of regression, a lot of DOE. We ran DOEs to find the best the best ads. But from 2 years ago until now, Carlos, is it true to say that maybe your income has multiplied by 10 from 2 years ago to now? Is it, I don't know if this is too personal. I'm not saying values, but is it right to say that your income as a an independent consultant, Carlos is an independent consultant, I am an independent consultant, yeah, I am not a Minitab full-time employee. Alexandre is an independent consultant, yeah. A little bit more. Yeah. So I mean, and on top of having like a revolution in terms of let's say financial health, the purpose, because right now Carlos is helping a lot of psychologists. So we can argue that because of the process improvement, continuous improvement, um, methods that Carlos is applying with psychologists, psychologists can reach a much higher number of people. So, bottom line, we can argue that the work that Carlos is doing right now is helping the mental health, the emotional health of more people. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Yeah, when you optimize a process on a bakery, for example, you are minimizing the chances that this bakery shuts down, close their doors. So, I mean, there is a social impact attached to that. Okay? So, on a scale from 0 to 10, how much sense is it making for you? I don't want you to go to HR and write down your resignation letter. I am not asking you to leave the company that you work for. Please don't do that. Don't do that. But I am strongly recommending you to open your eyes and understand that as a green belt, you don't even need to be a black belt. As a green belt, your way of thinking will change so much for the better that even without noticing, you will see that you are naturally optimizing processes, looking for data to make the right decisions, prioritizing the root causes, addressing the root causes, prioritizing the potential solutions, impact effort matrix, and focusing on the solutions of high impact and low effort. Yes? Wonderful. So, amazing. Type here me if you have interest in becoming an independent consultant, short term or long term. Type here me. Okay. So if possible, take pen and paper, because I'll be developing here with you a flow, a series of steps for you to follow in order to start offering this kind of service. Yeah? And obviously, you'll be starting as small as possible. Take maybe, if you have, for example, a family business, where you can make mistakes. No, I'm joking. A family business or a business from a friend of yours, I am talking about SMEs, small and medium enterprises, and also known as local businesses. Okay, I'm not talking about multinationals. Yeah. So my first recommendation is you pick one and only one product or service, because you can apply this in an office. For example, I have a friend that he's a very respected lawyer here in the city, and he came to my green belt, and he started optimizing his processes in the office, yeah, in how to receive the customer, how to understand the voice of the customer, how to reduce lead time. But it is very important. Please pick only one product or service. So, are you aiming to run a project in a bakery and you want, for example, to eliminate waste in the process? Take the process of making only bread, regular bread, or cheese bread, yeah, or only key lime pie, or only strawberry cheesecake, just one product. And if possible, take a product that is relevant in terms of sales. Be very careful. Pick one product, if possible, the most relevant one, in terms of sales. Yeah? Beautiful. And then let's suppose we are talking about the strawberry cheesecake. After you've selected this product, you do not go to the process. You will be collecting data from the customer, digitally, in person. Yeah, you will need to find a way to collect data from the customers of strawberry cheesecake. Voice of the customer. And then you can make something super simple. Please, super simple. Let me give you an example. In Google Forms, free of charge, you can ask them to just score from 1 to 5 about the strawberry cheesecake, And then you have, for example, okay, today I was able to collect 5 data points from 5 customers that had the strawberry cheesecake. From 1 to 5, we had 4 5s and 1 4. And then just one open question. What can be improved? Yeah? What you didn't like, or if you prefer, just an open, like any comments. So one score from 1 to 5, discrete data, ordinal, and just one open question. Any comments about, or any recommendations, If you have a close connection or a closer connection, you can go for one thing that you loved and one thing that you recommend us to improve. So score one thing that you loved, one thing that you would recommend us to improve. Yeah, who is following me? Are you following me? Type yes if you are following me. Collect data from the customer. And then at some point, you will have at least 30 responses. Preferably 100 responses. If possible, on a window from 1 week to 4 weeks to 1 month. And then you'll be plotting as I did, as I did in white belt, you will be plotting. It is okay with the daily average. Daily average. So let's suppose you have 5 responses per day during 20 days. Wow, so you have a graph. You don't need Minitab. You don't need Excel. You can plot like by hand, you know, and then you have, wow, in the previous 20 days, I got something like that. Something like that. Yeah, a graph like that. Super simple. And then you have a mean of the means, and then you have a sense of variation. Then you have a good baseline. You have a good baseline. You have a good baseline. Yeah? Okay, from this point, you will have a lot of verbatims, yeah? A lot of important information that came from the customer, yeah? That came from the customer in terms of improvement opportunities and in terms of what they love about the product, yeah? So you have very likely a very good sense of value. What is important for your customer in the product? So when we take, you know, when we take the strawberry cheesecake, what is important? You know, if you are having a lot of fives people love, and you sell a lot, amazing, very likely it's all good in terms of method, in terms of recipe, yeah? And it's beautiful because if you see, for example, that you had a lot of fives, and then on a certain Friday, you got a mean of 3, you know, and then you can deep dive on the data. Then you have, I don't know, maybe you had a 4, a 2, a 3, a 1, and a 5, you know. Then you can investigate what happened on that day. Yeah, on that day. Yeah, in terms of sampling, the recommendation is 100 in terms of diagnostics. So the recommendation is 100. Yeah. But if you have 30 data points, you already have something interesting. Yeah. So you know what is value for your customer. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You have the price of the cheesecake, right? You have the price. Let's suppose it costs $10. Whoa, expensive cheesecake, at least in Brazil. That would be very expensive. $10. Do you agree? Do you agree that the profit for this product, knowing that they are selling the product, the profit is a simple function of waste? Write down, I agree, if you agree with me. The profit is a function of waste, the amount of waste. Can a different number of clients answering questionnaires matters? Yes, Cecilia. Yes, but now to keep it as simple as possible, try to get as many responses as possible. In terms of customer survey, this is an entire separate world, Cecilia. I had a chance to work 7 years to the largest market research company in the globe, Nielsen, and there was one division of Nielsen that used to call CR. I'm sorry, customized researches. Yeah, and one of the most critical steps of the process is questionnaire design. So there are experts in designing questionnaire, like the questions, and there were other experts in designing the customer segments. So I mean, we can go deeper on that, how to define the different customer segments and the sample size per segment, you know. But initially, we can keep it as simple as possible and just to get as many responsibles as possible. Yeah, if we can get things like the age of the person, the gender, if we can infer about the condition of the person in terms of, you know, if it is a person that seems to, you know, to be financially comfortable, you know, or not. Yeah, these kind of information are very much helpful too. But again, initially, let's keep it as simple as possible. So interesting. You guys identified one product. After that, you ran a survey to listen to the voice of the customer. You have a baseline in terms of this score from 1 to 5. Now it is time to deep dive and map the process of making strawberry cheese bread. And how do you map the process? You observe silently, quietly. Okay, so the strawberry cheese bread, the cheesecake is being produced. It is very important that you map end to end. From the moment when you buy the ingredients get there, to the moment it goes to the customer. Yeah, to the customer, to the client. Not only until going to the freezer, for example. Yeah, you must to map what we call end to end process. No need for software. Observation. Walk. Observe respectfully. Respectfully. When you map your process, you will do all your best to identify 8 types of waste. 8 types of waste. I like to use I swim to. I swim to. ISWIMTOO. You will be writing down I, any waste related to intellect. What is waste related to intellect? Let's expand that. Right work, right place. Try to observe the level of engagement. If operators are happy or enthusiastic, try to check if you have the right person for each function. Because if you do not have the right person on certain functions, it will be easy to observe. And at this point, you just write down. No actions. Just write down. You can observe max talk to a person. But talk Zero judgment. You're just listening. You can ask questions, but you just listen. Listen. You listen much more than you give any. You don't give any recommendations. You ask questions and you listen. You listen. Yeah? From 0 to 10, how much are you guys following me? From 0 to 10. Where 10 is I'm following you 100%. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 10, 10. Okay. Yeah, let me write down here for you. Or you know what? Yeah. So let me just go again. Who understood about the first step in picking one product? Type yes and type no if you did not understand. Step 1. Type yes if you understood, pick one product. And type no if you did not understand that. Okay, Isaac Boafo. Isaac Boafo. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you for letting me know. So, Isaac, let me know if it makes sense to say that a bakery, for example, they produce many products, right? They produce, for example, a cheesecake, cheese bread, bread. They produce all sorts of sweets, coffees, different products. If we start addressing different products, the root causes will be different, and then you will get lost because the processes are very different. Yeah, the process to make coffee is completely different from the process of making a cheesecake. So that's why we need to focus in one product, but one product that sells a lot. Yeah? Ah, okay. You guys were not here. No problem, no problem. That's okay. So let me ask again. If you understood what I just said, pick one product, because if you pick many different products, the processes are different. So it's like running multiple projects. Yeah? I'll get there. I'll get there, Cesar. Hello, Cesar. Yeah? So let's go little by little. Little by little. Yeah? So for the first one, let me ask again. Who understood the importance of taking one product? Type yes or no. Let me see, because I think I saw 3 or 4 no's. Let me see now after my explanation. If there are more, yeah, the proportion of yeses. Yes, Isaac. Wonderful. Amazing. I'm glad to know that. Yeah? And oh my god. I don't know if I should say that. I hope you guys feel the love. Type here, I feel the love. Type here. I feel the love. What I'll say here is with full love. With full love. But they say that every time that you are online, every time that you are online, there is always 5% of haters. So right now here we have more than 100 people. So if we estimate in this session right now with me, there are 8 haters. That I can play the guitar, I can give free trainings, I can give free certificates, I can sing, I can dance, but they will still hate, you know? And they say that haters were lovers one day, but for some reason they got mad at some point, yeah? And when I count the number of no's, it's approximately 6 or 7, if I counted correctly. So up to, every time that I ask, up to 8. If there are more than 8, then I am concerned. If there are less than 8, less or equal than 8, I'm gonna consider. Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I hope I am wrong. I hope I am wrong. But if there is someone here that is a hater, you know, the only thing I can tell you is, I love you. I love you. I love you as a person. And maybe you are suffering with some problems. I don't know what's going on with your family, in your work, in your personal life, you know. But if there is any hater here, anyone that, you know, is on purpose, you know, directing, you know, the hate energy to me, I have something to tell you. I love you. I love you from the very bottom of my heart. And I wish from the very bottom of my heart that things get better. Because normally, who hates is hurt. If you are a hater, I hope there is no hater here. But if there is any hater, you know, I know you are hurt. I know. And maybe it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Yeah? I love you. I'll ask again. I'll ask again. Did you understand that you need to pick one product? Yes or not? Yes or not? That you need to pick one product. Just that. You need to select one product. You will not be running projects on multiple products. Just one product. I'm just asking if you understood that. Simple question. One product. Feel the love. Feel the love. Feel the love. Feel the love. Then now, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I love to be here with you guys. This is not a live. This is not a session. This is not a class. This is a movement. It's a movement to improve the problem-solving capacity of many people in the world. Many people. I'm talking about more than 70,000 people certified for free in the world. More than 1 million reais spent to certify people for free in the world. This is not a class. This is a movement. And we are just getting started. We have just started seeding. I am just seeding. We'll see the result of that in 5 years from now, in 10 years from now. Maybe things that I am saying here, arise in your heart conceptually, still conceptually. But the amount of positive results that will come from this seeding process is unbelievable. You will see. It's a movement. It's not a training. I don't have a training company. I am the process owner of the largest problem-solving free certification process, live, instructor-led, promoted in the world. No one has trained and certified this number of people for free in the world. And this is not about me. This is about you stop guessing. You stop guessing. Because when you guess, you are attesting that you don't know how to be assertive. When you guess, you are gambling with your professional life. When you guess, you are fully dependent on uncontrollable variables. When you guess, you are not living, you are reacting. Why are you in the job that you are right now? Oh, that's what came in. And few people do something so sad. They say it's God's will. I am here because it's God's will. You outsource things that are your responsibility to God. Yeah? And you are responsible for many variables that are absolutely controllable, like to learn a new method, like to get a new certification. You are responsible. Don't outsource this to God. Don't blame God, Don't do that. You are responsible. We are responsible. So this is about stop guessing. You taking control of your professional career. You learning how to solve structural problems. Or in the case of today's session, for you to operating as an independent consultant. Yeah? As an independent consultant. With love. Attention, ladies and gentlemen, with love. Collect data from customers. Guys, here is about the questionnaire design. Yeah? This is not easy. So I am proposing you to start very simple. Start simple. And build a Google form. So let me ask you if you've heard about Google form. and please, guys, you can say no. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that if you type no, you are a hater. No, 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 please. You can type no. Have you heard about Google Forms? If you didn't hear about that, say no. Say no. Okay, that's okay, Darlington. That's okay. Google Form is an amazing, amazing way for you to build your questionnaires. Google Forms. And then you can create a link and you can send this link to many people. And then they will be replying to your responses. Yes. Oh, I think Google Form, because it's data collection, I think it is so important that I will build one here very quickly. I'll build one here very quickly. I'll show you guys how to do that. I'll show you guys how to create a Google form, okay? I think it's very, very much worth it. Yeah, so if you just go ahead and and you type google.com/forms, you will find, if you have a Google account, like an email account, then you find something like that, you know? So it's very simple. So satisfaction, for example, satisfaction survey, yeah. And then you can add a description here. You can change the color, you can customize theme, you know. There's a lot of cool things that you can do, but you can keep it super simple and say, how much did you like our strawberry cheesecake? And then my recommendation is, I love it, and this is a 5. This is a 5, and then 4, and then you can add. So see, you can add this linear scale. Yeah, you can add this linear scale, but just to keep it as simple as possible. Let me put, for example, multiple choice, just to keep it as simple as possible. You know, excellent. Excellent. Very good. Very good. Good. Poor. Terrible. Yeah. So you have your first question. Then you can put here required, for example. Then you can add another question, you know, and my recommendation would be, what did you like the most in the strawberry cheesecake? Yeah. Then let's, it's required. Let's duplicate this. What did you what can be improved? What can be improved in the strawberry cheesecake? Yeah. So again, are you following me? Type yes if you are following me. Type yes if you are following me. And then it is so simple, guys, that you can just click here in send. You can send. I will not collect emails. Yeah. Then there is a link here. You can shorten this link. You can copy. Yeah, and let me see if I'm not forgetting anything. It's extremely simple. I'm gonna share this right now. So if possible, open up this link that I have shared here. You can just click and please reply to the survey. Reply to the survey. Yeah, and you can type anything, you know. Yeah, so please reply to the survey. Let me know if the link is properly working, because then you'll see the responses coming up here. So see, I just got one response. I just got one response. You know, 100% very good. Then I got not too sweet, and then it is recommending fresher strawberries. See, just got another response. 2 responses, very good. I just got a 30 response. Oh, interesting. Now I have 25%. That is excellent. Yeah. So see, I did not spend like 5 minutes, you know, and then I start having a lot of amazing responses, a lot of amazing data. Yes, very valuable data. Very valuable data. Yeah. So wow, it's not too sweet. Cheese, you know, it's tasty, it's yummy, you know, fresh cheese, smoothness, it's nice. I love the strawberry, the taste, wonderful, amazing. What can be improved? What can be improved? Time of waiting, bigger slices. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, this is good as well. With love. How simple is that? Let's talk about cost benefit. Cost benefit. How simple is that? Marcelo, but it's hard to get responses from clients. Please be creative. Be creative. Offer a free coffee if they reply, anyone that had the strawberry cheesecake. You go politely to the table and you say, we are running a survey about this product. That's a very important product for us. Would you mind to reply to a 30-second survey? And we are offering a free espresso, a free coffee to anyone that is willing to help us to improve our product. You know, your voice is important. Your voice is important. Yeah. Yeah. Simple and powerful. Simple and powerful. And then now I get like, you know, 29 questions, and then I start getting, you know, here sense, and then you can consider the blue as 5, this one as 4, and this one as 3. You know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and now I got 30 responses. Yeah. So you can use mechanisms like that. You can use pen and paper as well. You can use pen and paper as well. But then it's a little bit harder to compile and to extract, you know, insights from there. Yeah, very simple. Very simple. Beautiful. After you collect this data, if possible, plot per day. Plot per day. Why? Because then you have a sense of trend. No Minitab, no Excel. You can plot on a piece of paper. On a piece of paper. On a piece of paper. And then after that, we will become waste killers. I don't like this word very much, but you guys understand me, right? We will become waste fighters. We will be fighting against waste. Who understands that? Who understands that? And then we have basically 8 types of waste. We have basically 8 types of waste. The first one is intellect. The second one is scrap / rework. Yeah. Yeah. Waiting. Inventory. Inventory. Motion. Transportation. Over production and over processing. Yeah, and if you take the first letter, you see that there is a phrase, you know, I swim too. So what I am recommending here, is look for intellect waste. What does it mean? It means the person is not properly using the intellectual value, you know, but we can expand this to people, right work, right person, you know, right work, right person. Scrap and rework. Scrap and rework. Ooh, we put more sugar than we should put. Then we just scrap that and start a new one. Who is following me? You need to observe your process to check for scrap and rework. Oh, I forgot to put more cream on top. Now I need to rework the cheesecake. This is waste. And then you just write down. Then we have waiting. Sometimes you have 5 people working, and then you see that 2 people are working regularly, and you have 3 people that are kind of simply idle. Yeah. Yeah. Then we have inventory. Inventory means intermediate intermediate, work in progress. So let's suppose you have, or for raw material too, yeah, raw material too. So maybe you are buying too much strawberry, and then they expire. You know? Who is following me? Type me if you are following me. Motion, people that are moving, all sorts of movement from people, it is considered waste. So do you have the best layout, for example? Transportation, now we are talking about movement, but not from people. We are talking about movement from a conveyor, for example, you know? Any sort of movement is considered waste as well. And then we have overproduction. Oh, the demand is 10, but I'm going to produce 15. Because knowing that we have quality problems, then we can maybe scrap one or two. Overproduction. Then let's produce more than the demand. Overproduction. And then we have the last one, that is overprocessing. Overprocessing is related to quality. So let's suppose I am spending 30 minutes to put the cream just perfect in the border, you know? Like, I am spending 30 minutes to put the perfect amount of cream. Whoa, I mean, you are overprocessing. You know, it's perfectly symmetric, the amount of cream. You know, but this is not important to your customer. This is not important. So you are wasting. You are wasting resources. Yeah? And then with that, you will be able to find opportunities to optimize your recipe. Then it's 6 M's. With this, you will be able to promote actions. Where? In terms of material, maybe to use different materials, maybe to use different machines, maybe to use a different method, or to improve a machine or to improve a method, manpower, people. Yeah. You will find improvements on, they call Mother Nature, but it's really environment. And also in the measurement systems. Yeah, you will find opportunities to improve your measurement systems. For example, the scale, yeah. Material, machines, method, manpower, yeah, environment, measurement systems. Yeah, great question. Hello, Professor. We are talking about the same lean types of waste, but with a new... Yes, exactly. So, Rafik, there is downtime, there are many other acronym. Yeah, here we are using another one that is I swim too. Alexandre likes very much the downtime. Yes, Vindra, how do you separate what is waste, what's important to the customer, and important to internal quality standards? Yeah, great question. They should be as close as possible. What is important to your customer is strongly connected to your customer requirements, strongly connected, strongly connected. So in this specific example, we should be very careful with material, not trying to minimize cost, yeah, to cut cost, buying like cheap materials. The same with machines. Yes, we should be very, very careful with that. Then there is an entire conversation on how to properly map the process. But I want to my I hope my objective was achieved, to show to you guys that it is possible. It is possible to do amazing things in local businesses with simple techniques. Yeah, who agrees with that? Type here, I agree, if you agree with that. It is possible to promote some important improvements with very simple tools. Yeah, very simple tools. Very simple tools. Yeah. So again, mainly a green belt certification is much more than career development in corporate world. You can apply these in many other scenarios, including small and medium enterprises. Let me ask you guys something. Did anyone here have problems with the payment process, the Hotmart payment process? Type me if you had problems. Maybe you have used, a different type of card, or maybe you've used a card that was invalid. Anyone here had problems with Hotmart trying to register for the green belt? Trying to register for the green belt wave? Anyone? Yes, correct. You are pretty much observing. Yeah. Okay. So, my last question: is there anyone that did not join our green belt wave that started yesterday, Monday, and want to join us? Type "this is me" if you did not join our green belt wave yesterday and you want to embark in this journey. Type "this is me."
Infelizmente, não encontrei.
Okay. So, if you are interested in becoming a certified green belt and learn in details about these tools, if there is any green belt certified by me that can leave your testimonial here, if there is any green belt, please leave a quote, about what is green belt, what has green belt, how much green belt impacted your life. If there is any green belt certified by me, please type here in our chat window. Because of the payment problems that we had with green belt registration, I'm gonna share here the link for registration. Okay, I'm gonna share here the link for registration, So you have, I would say, maybe one last chance, to join our Greenbelt Wave that has just started. Okay, yesterday's opening session was fully recorded. It is in Hotmart. Okay, register for Greenbelt now. Yeah, and you can register in up to 12 installments, up to 12 monthly installments. And again, let me see if the link is working. This is based on the problems that we had with Hotmart. I had a meeting with them yesterday, and apparently the problem is solved, because there were cases where the problem was really with the card of the client, but Hotmart admitted that there were cases that should be converted, and they were not. So once again, if you want to join us and receive, the yellow belt and the green belt certificate, please use this maybe very likely the final opportunity to join our wave, okay? In the link that I have just shared here. You can just click, yeah? And once again, thank you very much for joining me in this session. Yeah, we have a quote here from Vindra. I've done the green belt. It's an excellent course. It really expands your way of thinking and problem solving. You will learn and apply very useful tools and techniques. Definitely recommend. Thank you, Vindra. Thank you so very much. Yeah. The layout falls into environment. Yeah. Wonderful. Beautiful. Guys, thank you so very much. It was a pleasure to have you all here. Yes. And I'm looking forward. I do my best to touch base here in this open Q&A at least once a week. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing you guys again. And for the people that are interested in joining the Black Belt Wave, very likely in August we'll have a new Black Belt Wave. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Rafik, thank you, Rafik. Rafik is a black belt certified. It was the best investment I did. 100% recommend. Thank you, Rafik. I appreciate. Thank you very much. This link will be valid for 24 hours. 24 hours. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Motibe, amazing. Thank you, guys.